Jordan Casey, he's the CEO of Casey Games. 13, very important point here. So he's going to actually do a little bit of a Q&A with Ashish before we get with our press conference.
Okay, so when and why did you start Mara?
I started in '96 when I was 15 years old. So your kudos to you. And I started it because I wanted to kind of help my family and make some money.
So what will Mara do?
Mara is an investment company focused on Africa. So we have 16 businesses in 26 countries globally. What age did you start business at?
I started when I was 9. I used to play a game called Club Penguin, and I saw that some of the users were making websites about it, and then I started the big company last year.
Excellent. And what's your dream? What's your target?
I want everyone to be like playing my games and enjoying my games.
And how soon do you think that will happen?
Hopefully pretty soon.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Excellent. Good. Good luck.
Thanks.
You guys, first of all, thank you for being such good sports and letting me put you on the spot because I do that a lot. So thank you. All right. All right, for everybody else's sake, we're going to start with the press conference now. And we will be here for about 10 minutes. And Ashish, you grab that seat. And Jordan, I will accompany you out. Come on in. He will, yes. You got him. All yours?
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being here again, and appreciate your patience and your flexibility with our team. So already everybody knows who he is, so I will not take this any further. Please welcome Ashish Tucker.
Hello everyone.
My name is Kavita Satari, TV Times Now. Welcome to the Bay Area. Tell me about where do you get your drive from? Because you manage companies across the world in 26 countries, 7,000 employees. That's quite a large entrepreneurial venture.
So thank you for welcoming me to the Bay Area. Firstly, this is my second time here, so it's very cool to be here. I think my drive is, I love what I do, and I genuinely want to make a difference. I think when I started my business initially, it was all about how much money am I making. It slowly, quickly evolved into how do I do something different? And then from there, it became more about how do I actually make a difference and leave a mark? So I genuinely love what I do. And plus, frankly, I think as Mara, I think we're just getting started. There's still so much to be done. We've got a massive continent. And I think that's what keeps me going.
Thank you. Hi, I am with Thai Media. Yeah. Hi, my name is Tanvi, and I'm from Thai Media. So can you let me know, what's your future plan next in 5 years, 5 or 10 years? You're so young, and you are a billionaire of Africa. So in next 10 years, where do you see yourself? Or what's your goal? What's your ambition? 10 years down the line.
So I think I don't even know where I'm going to be in 10 days. But saying that, I think the long-term goal is my dream and my vision is that I want to make Mara the most exciting African brand globally. We really want to make sure that we kind of stand for something. When you think about global Indian brands, you think of the Tatas, you think of other brands. When you think of Ferrari, it's Italy. But Africa today, unfortunately, does not have any global brand. And so one of my dreams is to really make Mara the most exciting African brand.
Hi, I'm Reena from TV Asia. What message do you have for the youth who are here attending the TiEcon this year?
I think my main message is, you're going to face challenges constantly. You're going to be knocked down continuously. You just have to stay positive. You have to keep at it. You need to dream. You need to think big, but you need to be practical and start small. I think that's extremely important. Everybody wants to become big overnight, but I think it is a process. And I think, genuinely speaking, I think the journey is more fun than the destination. So you got to love it, live it, and just enjoy the ride.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I'm part of Thai Youth. And I just had a question. What would be your one like recommendation to kids who want to start something, who want to do something big? Like what would you say that would help them?
I would say do it. I think it's absolutely possible. Anything is possible. You just got to work hard at it. You got to keep on trying, but you should definitely try. I think you have to follow your dreams, and my message in that sense would be, just don't get scared, don't get daunted, and just keep on going.
Hi, I'm Jaya with the Time Media team. Today you announced Mara Online. You inaugurated it at the keynote. Can you tell us a little bit more about what are your plans for connecting African youth to the whole world?
Sure. So Mara Online is a mobile and online platform which we formed, which has over 130,000 users today through Mara Mentor. Today we launched Mara Connect, which is on the Apple and Google store today, which is a voice over IP platform, which is going to be cheaper, more cost effective, and higher quality communication. But then we have Mara Messenger, which is going to be coming, which is like a free text-based messaging service. BuzzMe, which is a social networking site. Mara Pay is going to come in a few months, which is like a payment gateway, which will enable a lot more payment activity within the continent. So we're looking at apps and products which will make an impact in these countries, but also be extremely valuable going forward. So that's our plan.
Ashish, I think I have a question that a lot of parents want to ask you as someone who's been a youth entrepreneur. What type of home environment did you have growing up? What type of social environment and family environment, and of course cultural environment you had in Africa growing up?
That's a very good question. I think, because of the situation we were in 1994 when we were refugees, we came out, lost everything. It was a time when everybody was avoiding my parents, right? And still, they were remaining so positive and upbeat with me. They were acting like everything is fine, everything's normal. They were starting from scratch for the third time round in their lives. So, I think having that positive environment obviously made a huge difference. And my spiritual leader, Morari Bapu, his core teaching of truth, love, and compassion has been with me since I was very young. So I think that's also played a huge part in just keeping that atmosphere going. So. Yeah.
So now you're an adult, you're no longer a young entrepreneur. You're a young adult. You're definitely a young adult. You probably can give a lot of advice to adults out there. What is your advice to business persons generally? Just, across the board.
I think my advice to parents in that sense, for their children is I was lucky enough to let my parents let me do what I wanted to do, and with a condition that I quit school at the age of 15. I try it for a year. If it doesn't work out, I go back a year below my friends. 17 years later, I still have that option open. But the point being that I think you must let your kids do what they really want to do and what they're passionate about, and give them a shot. Don't kind of put them in your mindset, because things are changing and they're going to adopt to it faster than you. And today, both of my parents, my mom and my dad, are both on iPads and Blackberries, and they've completely evolved. They've taken that step, and they know better than me. And I ask them everything I do, but still, they've allowed me to do so. So I think that's important.
So have you been a normal teenager growing up? I mean, when you're starting a business, are you playing sports? What are you doing besides entrepreneurship?
I had a bit of a unique position in the sense that I was doing nothing but this. Quitting school obviously, was a complete different, it was a paradigm shift in that respect. So I was really focused on what I was doing. I used to weigh 95 kilograms. I had high cholesterol when I was 22 years old because I was working almost 17 hours a day, killing myself. So I've been through that. And unfortunately, it's one of those things that, in order to kind of make something, you got to work hard towards it. Don't kill yourself like I did, but, just work towards it. So, and therefore the grays kind of start showing.
I have a question. I'm Ritu from Rediff, India Abroad. My question is, I know most of the entrepreneurs at an early age, or the kids, they have to be good developer. But how they learn the marketing strategy, because the bottom line is that to sell your business once you develop any product or software. So how do you do that?
I think setting up a business needs to be the other way around. I think you need to see what's missing, what the gap is, and therefore your marketing is already done by understanding how and what is missing in the system. And then you kind of fill that in. I think I would also like to kind of differ slightly and say that not everybody has to be a developer of some sort. I wasn't a developer. I think there's a lot of basic opportunities, a lot of related industries which are also possess great opportunities to kind of portray out there. So I think it's finding that opportunity, and I think nobody should be forced to become an entrepreneur, obviously. So if they want to become an entrepreneur, they must have identified something that they want to do or do it differently. So I think that's how that will be done.
Hey Ashish, this is Deepthi from the TV we talked earlier. Now I know a lot of people have been asking you about your entrepreneurial experiences. You're one of the few people that actually got a chance to travel to space, Virgin Galactic. Did you rub shoulders with Mr. Branson at all? What was that experience like? I'm going into space with him. We're hopefully going to be taking off by the end of this year or early next year. I have been lucky enough to get to know Richard Branson, and amazing man, a lot more humble and down to earth and absolutely inspirational. So Eccentric?
In a very nice way.
Thank you.
I have one question for you. We keep talking about your successes and the amazing adventures you've had that have helped you excel. I'm sure they've been catalysts. Can you share some experiences that didn't go so well or weren't so successful that didn't stop you though?
I actually just mentioned this earlier that, when I started off the business, I started literally with $2,500 of working capital as such. And when I grew it into about 15 to 20,000 by the end of the first year. And I had a client who came into my shop in Uganda, European guy, gave me a $6,500 order, which was a big order for me. It was almost 40% of my working capital. He gave me a check, his company car had his logo on it. Everything was perfect. I loaded the goods. He left. I was really happy. It's a huge sale for me. The check bounced. It was fake. He didn't exist. I was wiped out 40% of everything I'd done that year. So it was one of those positions where, do you give up? Is this a sign of things to come? Do you keep at it? What do you do? So those kind of challenges constantly came about, and be it that kind of challenge, or be it a government bureaucracy that kind of slows you down, or be it competition in a different way, that a tender that you spent so much time on thinking you'd win, you didn't win. So many different challenges come about in so many different ways, whether it's your team members, whether it's this or that. Being spread across 26 countries with 7,500 people sounds fancy, but it's challenging. It obviously comes with its own challenges. And I think we acknowledge that, we understand that, but it's how you then play it, right? It's a part of the package. It's going to happen. You just have to keep on going. That's the key thing.
So when you started off in this adventure, and I don't call it venture, I call it adventure because I don't think you knew what to expect. Can you remember a moment of clarity, or that moment of epiphany, and you said, oh, this is the first thing I've learned if I want to go down this path?
I was 15 years old, and I was buying goods from Dubai and selling them into Africa. I saw that Dubai obviously doesn't manufacture these goods, and I realized that a lot of their goods actually come from Singapore. So I went to Singapore. I checked into my hotel, I gave my passport as security, and because they didn't take US dollars, so I went and changed money the next day, came back, gave them Sing dollars, and said, can I have my passport back? And they looked at me and said, what passport? I was like, but I gave you my passport that night. And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. It was the same guy, and I saw him put it in the drawer. So I actually climbed over the reception, jumped over, pushed him. By that time, 2 people actually picked me up, threw me on the street outside. And I said, I'm going to the police station. They said, yeah, go straight, turn right, there's a police station. So I went to the police station, and basically passports were being sold at very high prices at that time. Here I am, 15 years old, don't know anyone in Singapore, don't have any other form of identity. I literally sat on the footpath and I was tearful. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know where to start. So I think going through things like that, you realize that, this isn't all mushy and fuzzy, and there is a real world out there. Makes you more, more aware of what's happening. So I think that was a moment in my life where I did realize that I've got to kind of sharpen up a little bit.
Well, I won't take any more of your time. I think the last concluding question from TiEcon's perspective is, for all that you've seen today and maybe heard of before, what is that one thing that you can say about TiEcon, or the moment you're going to remember while you were here? And hopefully it's this, but still.
It's definitely you guys. No, I mean, I think TiEcon has been fantastic. It's my first time here, and the energy is just unbelievable. The diversity of people has been excellent. The energy has been brilliant. This is definitely not my last, and I look forward to many others. So thank you so much. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you for being here.